If you are single and you are in the dating marketplace at that time, when that happens, say you're 37, 36, 38, 40, whatever it may be, and you are still on the hunt for that man, and you hit the wall and you can see in your face that you are no longer the face that you were at whether it was 30 or 35 or 25, whatever it is, you are going to be panicked, because now you know that you are going to compete with women who are younger, who are largely more fertile, not always, but largely speaking, yes, who have that youthfulness to them, who have that estrogen, progesterone, whatever the hormonal balance is that makes someone young. It's there and you're losing it. And you become hyper aware of that. And that is why women begin to panic.
Many women in their early 30s have more than 20 years of proven success catching men's attention. Men have and always will desire to date women in their prime, even when they are as young as their early 20s or as elderly as their 50s and 60s. Many women have told me tales of how, when they were in their mid-20s, shady 50-year-old guys would hit on them, and that when they were 25, high school boys would try to get them to go out on dates with them. In this sense, the world is our oyster, but not the world of the woman. This is due to the fact that women reach their adult potential in their 20s, and after that, their value begins to drop.
I think I finally get what men mean when they say hitting the wall. I think I have hit the wall because I no longer see a reason for dating. It's pointless. I don't need any more friends. I don't have enough time for the friends I have that I actually like. I don't ever want to share my home with a man.
You could just look at this screenshot and tell that she's DEAD inside. And we all know how she got that way. Countless pump and dumps by guys that were out of her league. Not only by guys named Chad, but guys named Rick, guys named Scott, guys named Braden, and the list goes on and on. Just think about it like this. This is a moderately attractive woman. There's no reason on God's green earth that she should have problems dating. But when your dating strategy is to chase the guys who are the most likely to not give a damn about you and just see you as an option, it was written in the stars for this to be your future.
While for men, they start to peak after their 30s, and their value only increases up until their 50s. Most women can easily attract the attention of men of any age when they are in their 20s, but beyond the age of 30 to 35, when their appearance starts to deteriorate, the attention of teenagers, 20-somethings, and even men of their own age starts to fade as they start to focus on younger women instead. Many women believe that the men in their age groups don't treat them fairly. Women who are 35 years old question why guys their age don't want to date and marry them.
Being a single person, it's really hard to take care of myself after being with someone for so long and giving it your all. I know that I want to find someone to share life with, but I'm at a point where I'm valuing myself, and I didn't put myself in this situation. I didn't choose to be where I am, and it's just like trying to get back on my feet to find the people that I can vibe with. I resonate with what she's saying. Like, the part that hit me most was doing it all on your own. Even though I don't have kids, I'm just here taking care of myself. It's hard as fuck. It's lonely. There's nothing more that I want to share life again with someone that will like be there for me and appreciate me and value me.
No, it's fine. Thank you for being honest. A lot of women would not admit that. They would not. They would say, I'm strong and independent, and they'll fight it to the grave. Thank you for being honest and vulnerable.
The truth of the matter is that a 35-year-old man with a job, money, and a car can entice younger, more attractive women in their 20s. Most men need a year or two to get to know a woman before becoming engaged and then getting married. As a result, if a guy marries a 35-year-old woman after going through this process, she won't give birth until she's 38, which will significantly reduce her odds of having children. A woman in her early to mid-30s must begin considering men in their late 30s, 40s, and perhaps even 50s as potential suitors.
20s is so hard. I've seen a few people talk about this and just kind of the loneliness of your late 20s, and especially people who are kind of in this middle stage of, hey, I'm not married, don't have kids, not in a relationship, but I'm also not going out every weekend. I spend a lot of my time by myself. I live alone. I come home from work, I go to the gym, I spend my evenings alone. And on the weekend lately, I feel like I've been so exhausted that all I want to do is like spend time by myself. And I'm struggling with questions about work. You know, am I passionate about what I'm doing? Am I good at it? Should I be traveling right now and not working? Or should I be trying to work remotely so that I can travel? Like, there's just all these things that I think I would like to experience. And it's hard to know, well, when am I going to experience those things?
Many of these older men are now the only ones left on the market because they have already had children and marriages. If these men are divorced, they likely already have children, and they might want a second wife. Some of the mid-30s women I know don't seem to want to accept this. They claim that only older men are looking at them, and they find it repulsive. These same ladies spent their 20s hopping from one fling to another, and now they're confused about what happened. They didn't anticipate finding themselves in this situation, and things weren't supposed to turn out this way.
Can someone explain me here in Melbourne how to date? I'm completely lost. I have a date with a guy. I just had a date with a guy. We just drink one glass together. We had a super good conversation. The guy is really interesting. The first sight, sorry, it was definitely not my type, but really charming, and I'm interested in him, and I don't know if I interest him or not. He just told me, I'm sorry, you're freezing, I will let you go back home. I'm so happy to meet you, and we'll keep definitely in touch, but I really have to take that call from London because he's working for a big firm. And I don't know if I will have some news or not. You know, in France, when you're dating someone...
Many of them find it shocking that men select women rather than women selecting men. It's challenging for women to accept that they aren't being pursued in the same way they once were, since the natural order of relationships has been turned in favor of males. Only a small percentage of guys who have been physically burned by women, have an understanding of the plight of women in their 30s, are now the men they choose to date, instead of the entire male side of the human race.
Okay, so I've been on Hinge on and off for about a year now, and every time I jump back on, it's the same people. And you know, I see you see me, we're probably not compatible, and that's cool. But I feel like Hinge and dating apps should have like this end of the year party where all of us who haven't found a match can just meet up and have fun, party, chat about dates, I don't know, like something to celebrate, right? What do we think?
Little does she know it's actually a party like that. I had to search extra hard for this video. They was acting like it's the Krabby Patty formula or something, but I was able to get the video. Take a look.
It's even worse for women who have an obsession with having babies. They don't care how they can get one because they want a child so desperately. They will sleep around unprotected and claim to be taking the pill when they are not. I met a man who had 3 children in 3 years with 3 separate women, all of whom claim to be taking the pill. He is currently supporting 2 children and residing with the lady who gave birth to his 3rd child. I used to believe that once their friends started having babies, a lot of ladies my age would start having children as well, especially in the group of individuals I hang out with. Many of my female friends who are in partnerships and are in their mid-30s have decided against having children at all. A lot of the ladies in groups of 10 to 15 who hang out together choose not to have children.
There's a reason why I say when a man hurts, he truly does hurt. And not a lot of women are aware of the fact that they have this much of an impact on a guy when they hurt them. Like, guys are very good when it comes to hiding their emotions, because, you know, guys are taught to not really show them. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that they're non-existent, okay? It's still there, it still hurts, and if anything, I think a guy hurts worse than us females because of how much they hold in. And it hurts even worse when a female fucks them over or breaks their heart. Listen, you want to talk about heartbreak? Watch a guy go through shit like that. I kid you the fuck not. That shit, it breaks my own heart having to see a guy go through that. And it's because when a man loves you, he loves you with his entire heart, his soul, his mind, his being. And when he gets fucked over by somebody that he gave everything to, y'all don't realize how deeply that cuts him. Like,
due to the fact that these 35-year-old ladies are still partying and clubbing as they did in their 20s, the few women who did have children are no longer accepted into this particular social circle. I find it revolting that women go to cougar clubs in an effort to meet 25-year-old males. Most of these 25-year-old males only worry about getting laid, which severely undermines the self-esteem of many women. However, they don't seem to give a damn. They want to continue the party for just a little bit longer before they reach middle age, because they need the attention of young, handsome men. Many women experience the second wall in their early to mid-40s, and by that time, many have lost the capacity to entice even 20-year-old gentlemen who are only interested in physical intimacy. They typically begin gaining weight and enter menopause at that time. Asian and black women age more slowly than white women, yet once they start to lose their beauty, many of them age rapidly. In the space of a few years, a 38 or 39-year-old Asian lady may transform from looking like she's 29 or 32 to looking as if she's in her early 40s. I may not be seeing the wall that appeared 10 years before she turned 40 since I am a white dude. If I'm incorrect, do let me know. This is simply my observation, and I'd be interested in learning more about this specific issue. Women often mature earlier than men do when they are teenagers, because they have historically had the reproductive advantage when it comes to passing on their genes. This is because, especially at times in our history when resources were scarce, the earlier women mature, the higher the prospects are for the survival of our species. They will, however, wither earlier as well, because they flower earlier. Men with money and resources are more likely to attract women, and smart men who put out the effort and save money will only become more alluring to women over time. Men, on the other hand, are drawn to women because of their capacity for reproduction. The aging process can be compared to a game of poker full of deception and different types of misdirection where both sides are involved. For example, if a man and a woman were playing poker in their early 20s, the man starts with 1 chip and the woman has 90, but by the time they are 35, he has 85 of those chips and she has only 6. Your financial resources have a significant impact on your status and alternatives in real life, just like in poker. More women than men that I am aware of wasted their money rather than saved it when they were young. They would go on trips, purchase shoes, have supper out a couple of times a week, and hang out a lot with their pals. When they are in their mid-30s, they would also spend a lot of money on makeup and cab fare. I've come across women who are deeply indebted from credit card debt and student loans and are searching for a wealthy man to bail them out. Numerous women I know have openly admitted to me that they are looking for a sugar daddy to assist them in paying off their debts. For women, the aging wall can be a huge psychological blow. Men age considerably more slowly than women do, and once they are in their mid to late 30s, they are more willing to date a variety of 20-something women. My single friends hold the majority of the cards and poker chips in the new dating game. But since I recently made many of them aware of men going their own way, they are giving up the game and focusing on finding their own happiness. So, the issue is not whether it is fair or unfair for women to mature early and reach their SMV saturation point in their 30s. Rather, in my opinion, the issue is how rarely women are open to the reality that is in front of them. Women are now realizing that life is not what feminism made it out to be, what family was made out to be. They changed all the rules and have effectively killed any chance of actual happiness. Life takes away opportunities when you make choices. You cannot have it all. Now women are reaping the consequences of what they've done. Contrary to what they frequently claim, it is safe to state that women are just not prepared to face the wall. What exactly is the wall? It isn't a physical or actual wall. It's actually a moment when a lady has passed her prime age, and SMV. In the last 10 years, this concept has become more and more well-liked. Men and women have always known this, but it wasn't always as publicly acknowledged or talked about as it is now. There are women who will absolutely agree to this, and then there will be some who will totally deny this. Women in their 30s hit the wall. Their value in the scale of desirability drops by significant levels, especially after 40. However, many women deny this. They can't deny the laws of biology. But now, we are witnessing more and more women finally accepting the wall, and the ruthless reality it holds for their future.